Hello again, friends, and you are my friends, and I've got my streaming t-shirt on, I've got my makeup done and my hair nice and pristine, and I'm ready for this midweek championship show, as always, and it's a really exciting show, actually. It's a show I really look forward to, and I'm hoping and I'm praying that the StreamYard application that we use here is working tonight. It's not been working the last couple of shows, so if you are there, do let us know. Drop a comment in the comment section, or of course come on the show live, just ask for the link, and I hope to see your comment. If I don't see your comment, then I'm going to take it that it's not working, not that nobody's there. So on the show tonight, we've got the championship news roundup since the last time we were with you, which was Sunday morning, as always at 10:30, and of course we've got the Predictor League, a little snapshot from last week. Of course, I have got Joe and Cruncher the wrong way around. That still catches me out, and I've not changed it because I've been too busy. But Joe won last week with Cruncher in second, myself in third, Nick in fourth. So we'll have the Predictor League coming up on this half an hour to 35-minute show. And of course, as always, I am joined by the man, the myth, the legend, Lethal Lever.
Yes, I should have put that in the tag, shouldn't I? I will next week at Lethal Lever.
You certainly should have. How are we?
You won't find anything. Yeah, no, I'm good, thank you, mate. Lots to talk about tonight, lots to get through. And a quick nudge on the Predictor League, guys. I have to put my hands up. Bristol City played on Monday night. We need to add that result to those ones. So me and Martin will come up with it on Sunday morning. Unorthodox, I know. We'll kick off on there with, oh, by the way, here's the extra points to kick you off.
Well, I'll tell you what, any games that are played after Sunday morning will add on to the next week.
Cool. Yeah, Friday, Saturday, Sunday is your time. If you're not
Friday and Saturday.
Yeah, Friday, Saturday.
Anything Sunday afternoon is added on to next week. Otherwise, it's never going to get sort of convoluted. It's going to get convoluted. It's going to get a bit confusing. So we'll just count the Sunday afternoon as the following week, if you like. So we're getting a bit of a head start. But you are right. It has been a busy time. What news has been flashing across the Sky Sports News ticker for Championship?
Well, we'll start with one that's, maybe sort of perhaps petered out, or maybe actually, well, not actually, we won't start with the one that's petered out, actually. I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll start with Jordan Ibe and we'll talk about him. Now, it happened a couple of days ago. I really like this deal. Now, I think Jordan Ibe, obviously, by the way, he's left Bournemouth on a free and gone to Derby. And for a player, I think we've got to remember as well, he came through at Liverpool under Brendan Rodgers and a different regime. But he showed a lot of promise, and there was a reason he went to Bournemouth for a very, very big fee. Now, we can't cover it up. It hasn't worked out. It's not worked out. He's not scored enough goals. He hasn't played regularly. I know there's been questions about his attitude at times and stuff like that. But he's gone to Derby, and I think there's a little sort of side story with this here. What I really like about it is he's been there before on loan. So he knows the place. He knows the people and the structure of the club, the day-to-day. Completely changed with Koku and Rooney and stuff there now, but he knows the day-to-day at Derby. He'd been there before, and he had a really good loan spell there. I think it was 2014, 2015. So I think for a player at 24, he's only 24 still. I think he made his Derby, or he made his debut, should I say, when he was like 16 or something like that. I think he actually made his Football League debut for Wickham when he was 15, Jordan Ibe. So he's been around. He's 24 now. And I definitely think that if he goes to Derby, this could be a move we see him flourish. I think we're very quick to write players off these days, but I think that he could still have some of his better years ahead of him. So an interesting move, that. Yeah,
it really is. As you said, 24, which is surprising. Obviously, I believe he had a stint in rehab as well, didn't he, while at Bournemouth? Certainly, that's what the headline here in the Mail said, the Daily Mail.
Yeah, he crashed his Bentley into a coffee shop, didn't he, and stuff. And there was a lot of questions around temperament and things like that. So, yeah, and the thing is, what we have to realise as well, we can't comment because we don't know specifics. If that was to do with mental health and other things, and he's got the right help, that's fantastic. And obviously, as he acknowledges the situation that he could have put people's lives at risk, or certainly did, then that's good, of course. But we do have to look at it from that aspect as well, that he could have been, complete, and he got the help he needed. So, and he's had his punishment as well. Good evening, gents. By the way, good morning, evening, good morning.
Good evening, Ben. Yeah, no, my point was, this is a good opportunity for him to bounce back and have a redeeming story. You've got Wayne Rooney, who, of course, is no stranger to media stories and problems and different things and bits and pieces. So if anybody can put his arm around a young player and say, look, you've got the bags of ability, you've got the undoubted ability, because you did it in the Premier League. You just need to now work on this or that on the training ground, and let your ability speak for itself. And as you've said, he had a 24-game loan spell at Derby back in 14-15, so a while ago now. But yeah, this is the right opportunity for Jordan, and I think he'll take it with both hands. I really do.
A fresh start, and I think he's one of those players that perhaps we've always fizzled out and needs a fresh start, but also an arm around him. And I mean, any football player that's going to be training with Wayne Rooney, you imagine a youngster at Derby now, like this Louis Sibley we're talking about and stuff. Imagine going in there on a Tuesday or Wednesday and just watching him and just listening to him for a few hours. It's going to do him the world of good. But also now, to end it, it's up to Jordan Ibe to take it from him. That he's been given all the chances now and the tools to succeed. It's now up to him to have a good season. If it takes a little while to start, fine. But you're the sort of winger that should be influencing a Derby team getting into the playoffs and beyond. Yeah,
for sure. Without a shadow of a doubt. What's next?
The deal that's actually petered out, as we were discussing, or it was rife in the news, and now it's gone quite quiet, is the Max Aarons to Barcelona deal, which is resurfaced, if you like, in the coming days. So with stories like this that are ongoing and unconfirmed, I don't like talking too much about details that are shared online, because we don't really know. When a paper or tabloid, or even if it's Italian sport or Spanish sport, you can look at that and go, okay, well, they may be in on some figures and stuff like that. But the key thing from the Max Aarons situation this week for me had actually nothing to do with Max Aarons directly. It was actually Barcelona selling Smedo to Wolves. Nelson Smedo, the right back, Portuguese international. He is a very, very good right back, a very competent right back. Wolves spent 37 million. Now, if we remember at the start of the window, they sold Doherty to Spurs. They've now, in my opinion, replaced, I think I'd say Semedo's better than Doherty, actually. And they've got him for 37 million. I'd say at least on par. Maybe Doherty's got the Premier League experience and a bit better defensively. But he's got all the tools to succeed, Smedo. But the fact he's a right back and he's left Barcelona suggests to me that a right back would be coming in. Then the only one they've been talking about is Max Aarons. I just want to talk about the approach from Barcelona's perspective. I think, as it's been well documented, they're in a bit disarray in the board. It's clear that the players would like the president to leave so Messi would stay and all these kind of things. Although he is going to contract, at least they want him to be happy there and enjoy the rest of his years. I think Barca are doing what Man United did 6-7 years ago when Fergie left 8 years ago. And they're panicking and they're not sure what to do. And they're actually copying other clubs' models. And I think they're copying Bayern Munich's model. We see Bayern Munich and the German teams looking at English youngsters. And I think Barca have cottoned onto that, and maybe with no thought process in the run-up to it, because this is very unusual, Barcelona signing a championship English right back. Let's not get it confused. So, for it to be happening in Germany with Sancho, Bellingham, and Bayern Munich looking at Aarons even and looking at Hudson-Odoi, I think Barca are really copying that and thinking, you know what, we want a piece of this. But it looks to me, and I've seen there's a few people actually talking about it tonight, I think Odds Changer podcast, we're having a little chat, and it seems to be that the fee is something that they can't get over, and it will be a loan with the 20-25 million plus 10 million. Now, it kind of, from what the majority of what's been circulated, it looks like it will eventually equate to in the 30s, which I think ultimately, and Norwich think, and people generally agree, but that'll be the price for him. But that was just my analysis of it, that it seems that Barcelona are trying to look what's trendy in Europe at the moment and do it, kind of thing, really. But let's see if it materialises.
Well, that's absolutely an evening, Daniel. I hope you well, my man. Ben Moore, when will the next Twitch stream be? Don't know at the moment, Ben. So busy, so busy, but hopefully soon. He's thought a player can change a game like that, but he's always a player can struggle a bit like Edwards. Wolves only need one Portuguese player to have a full Portuguese squad, which is true, but that's their whole model, isn't it? That's their model, the super agent. Their whole ethos is about bringing in Portuguese players.
And they've lost one in Diogo Jota to Liverpool, so that has brought the numbers down or neutralised them. But they've even got a third kit this year that is red and green, like the Portuguese national kit. So they can't be forgiven for signing the Portuguese. They're building the core there and stuff, and they're mixing it, with the likes of Morgan Gibbs-White, although I think he's gone out on loan this year. But and Connor Cody, they've got English players in the squad as well. But yeah, so that's the Max Aarons dude. And like I say, I think that could still be a week or so away yet. But if a right back's leaving Barca, then it seems like he could be going. In other news, though, Martin, exciting news this. I thought this is a great deal that will go under the radar, and more adding fuel to the fire. A few weeks ago, I was saying about Birmingham and their business. I love this. Mikel San Jose from Atletico Bilbao has gone to Birmingham on a free transfer. Now, maybe thinking, well, he must have been released of his contract. Well, he played for Bilbao. He's a Basque player. He played there for 11 years. Now, one thing I only sort of vaguely remembered is he actually was on Liverpool's books in 2007. He went there and had a couple of loan spells. Yeah, it didn't work out for him. Rafa Benitez saw his potential and brought him in. And definitely get him in, get Big Ronnie in. He had a little look and thought, why not? This is it. Brilliant. And Isaac Karanka, I think, has had involvements with him. But just talking about caliber of player, he's only 31 now. He's had 400 appearances for Bilbao, Europa League runs, Copa del Rey runs. I think the reason why I'm getting overly excited about it is because if I saw him go on a free transfer to Southampton or anyone like that, I'd have gone, that's a good bit of business.
Not surprised.
It's the fact he's gone Birmingham on a free transfer. So maybe the project they are assembling there under the Jude Bellingham money can pay more contract fee to him. I think Mikel San Jose as a championship centre-half holding midfielder at 31 is, brilliant move. Yeah,
I'm just reading here. Started at Bilbao. Junior Paul's an 18-year-old, but returned to Bilbao in 2010, having not played any first-team football. This reminds me of the Ivan Campo deal Town had a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Because it's the same sort of age, position, and it's almost like, this guy, all right, Ivan Campo, admittedly played for Bolton before it was just a little bit less surreal. But still, Real Madrid, this guy is a proven caliber, and you would have thought there's not many centre-forwards in the Championship now that were going to get the better of him.
Well, he got 8 caps for Spain in 2014 when they were, admittedly at the end, but still with all those players, and you think... And again, that's why I just pull it back to my reaction. Birmingham.
Same here. Yeah.
It's spared my blushes a little bit that they're signing some players like this because I was very, very praising their business. I'm glad that they've actually backed it up a bit more as well with the likes of him coming in. But yeah, great deal. And I thought that was definitely worth a mention this week in the news. And then some breaking news in the last hour, which I found on the EDP in the last hour. Championship club doing a bit of business with a local twist between Norfolk and Suffolk virtually. Lowestoft Town striker Malachi Linton has signed for Wycombe Wanderers.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I'm not really quite sure what to say with that one because I can't imagine he's going to help him much this season, but certainly one to watch out for.
Well, this is it. And I think we won't go into it loads because I'm sure you guys on the non-league show will definitely be talking about that.
Without a doubt.
I'll let you guys get your teeth into that a bit more. But I certainly remember Gary Button on Radio Suffolk and Radio Norfolk doing, match reports, and Malachi Linton's name came up a lot. Let's remember, he hasn't completely come out of nowhere. He did get released from Crewe Alexandra. So he has had a bit of pedigree. I think he's only 19 still. I don't think he was prolific. Let's get right. I think he got about 15 or so goals last year. He might have got a few more, and I might have got that wrong. But go him back in the Football League in the Championship.
Yeah, why not?
And good luck to you, Malachi Linton. So yeah, really, really encouraging with that. And just to wrap up on the news, Harry Arter was on the move as well. Signed a
was
free. Yeah. Signed Forest. Nottingham Forest signed him on a free.
Of course they did.
Yeah, why not, eh? But yeah, Bournemouth released him. He's been around. I think he was on. Was it Cardiff recently? He was on loan out. I think he may have had another one in between, possibly. Fulham, that was it. Yeah, of course. So Harry Arter again, and good for him securing another contract for himself in a club with ambitions. I say that Forest have had a shocking start. But yeah, that was a roundup of the news really so far this week. Lots of transfers, lots of activity.
You've missed one now, and just on the Linton before I bring this one up. You've got getting there is half the battle, obviously, as he'll know. But once you're there, you're only a couple of inches away, and suddenly you're in. And you've got the chance to prove what you always thought you could do.
And additionally to that, very quickly, I was going to say the other thing as well is if Wycombe aren't scoring goals and they've got Akin from someone else, they're only going to have limited options who they can turn to if they're in real trouble, and he may get the nod.
Absolutely, and also from Wycombe, we've got Dennis Andrian, 21. Joined Everton from Fulham. We made 5 senior appearances and scored on his debut in August 2017. He's on trial, I believe, with Wycombe, according to Choir Boys Central, which is the Wycombe sort of big podcasting page, if you like. And apparently on the verge of joining. I don't know how 100% that is, but that's a rumor coming out tonight. And I've got described as a combative and energetic dribbler. who can also play wide. So,
well, all I'd say, Wickham will take anything they can get their hands on at the moment after their start.
absolutely right. On to the Predictor League, my man. The best part of the week. I absolutely love this next 15 minutes as we pull apart some. Oh, sorry, that was the dog's fault. He's moved, and I've just clicked Daniel Barnard's message yet again, gents.
Yes,
right.
gents.
Are you ready? Tomorrow's fixture is.
So just a quick one for anyone tuned in on here. If we do have an issue with picking up the chat, if you can just type them all down on yourself, so you've got them on your phone or your computer. So if we do need to ask you for them, you can ping them to us in an emergency. So we want to make sure you get your points. And additionally, this week it won't because we started a week earlier, some of us, we want you to be able to, people playing along, we had quite a few of you play along last week. We want you to be able to have a chance to win every week. So what we're going to do is we'll keep adding up the scores, because no doubt someone will probably overtake me quite quickly anyway, in terms of the points. But each week there'll be a winner that week. So last week, I think 2 of us finished on 16 points. So we would both get a 1, and we'll just add it up each week. And then who's got the most weeks won at the end will be the overall winner. But we will to fill up a nice graphic for you, we will be adding up the points every week, of course, because we need to determine a winner. So it still remains 2 if you get the result right, and if it's on the nose, 4 points. But just to mention, that's how it's slightly changing this week. And yeah, keep a note of this week's scores. So if we need them all in one place, be handy if you could DM us. Thank you, folks.
Yeah, if you smash it in the comment section, I should still pick it up. It's just sometimes the StreamYard doesn't give me live feeds. I'm getting some live comments, but I'm not getting all live comments, I've been told.
Sure.
So if you smash it in the comment section, retrospectively, I can have a look. I have got somebody who sent me their scores earlier, which I will read out at the same time as we do ours, who is Rob, who is our
legend,
third Will, if you like. He will be joining us on Sunday. I'm really excited for that one. He's got a little downplay in downtime in work. So first fixture is tomorrow night, and it is Huddersfield in 21st versus Forest in 22nd. Joe, guys in the chat, talk to me. Who's winning this one?
Well, again, 2 teams that haven't started great. I'd probably say, if we were splitting hairs, obviously they've both lost, but I would probably say that Huddersfield have looked slightly better. But again, we're splitting hairs. I think this will be quite tough. Forest, I think, have had 1 shot on target in 2 games, which is pretty shocking for a team with the players that they've got in there. But I don't see much improvement. The Cardiff defeat was pretty striking, but I don't know if Huddersfield have got enough to get over the line. So I've gone with Huddersfield 1, Forest 1.
Okay, I've got Daniel with Forest 2-0. I've got Ben Moore with a 2-2. And I've got Robbie Davis with 2-1 Forest. I've written it in there for you, look, Joe, so you've got it when you look back.
Legend.
Rob Davies 2-1. Oh, sorry, I should have put Forest into that. My mistake. Sorry. So I'm going to go with. I'm going to go. Oh, I don't know. Forest ain't started well, and there's already rumblings rather of a manager that's under fire. That's not good. He's going to need a result tomorrow, but he ain't going to get. Oh, then again, Huddersfield. I think Joe, didn't you call Huddersfield a mess last week?
No, I said their fans called their situation a mess. I didn't call it a mess.
Calm down. I'm not trying to get you in trouble here.
I'm not getting excited. I called Wickham a mess, I think.
You called, yeah, but you didn't call Wednesday a mess. Funny that, isn't it? We're coming to them. Don't worry. We're coming to them. I'm going to say 2-1 Huddersfield.
Ooh. Fair play. And then Lamucci to get sacked on Sunday morning with his cornflakes. Not nice
Sunday?
Indeed.
Why? What are Forest owners doing on Saturday?
Oh, they'll be out. not social distancing or something. Yeah, actually, yeah. They won't even wait till Saturday, till Sunday. They'll just do it on the Saturday morning. Exactly. Yeah, the Friday night.
Absolutely will. Right, we've got Watford in 9th, Luton in 3rd. Big derby. First derby of the season.
Yeah, Watford versus Luton. I was having a little look at this one, and I think that Luton have had a really good start. But I think Watford's 0-0 at Sheffield Wednesday last week will probably spur them on a bit, and I think they'll fancy themselves against the lesser teams at home. I think Luton will have a moment. I think it will be Watford 3, Luton 1.
Watford 3, Luton 1. Wow, okay. I've got Rob Davies who's got 2-0 Watford. He thought us along the same sort of lines as yourself. Daniel's coming with 3-1 Watford, so we're seeing a lot of love. And Ben Moore, we think along the same lines. I'm going to go for a 2-1 Luton win. I think Luton keep that fine form going, Joe.
That looks good. You boys. I love a bit of confidence. You back it till the cows come home, and let's see if it happens. Roll the dice.
It's this week's Coventry for me. Luton to win 2-1. S has got 2-1 Watford. But yeah, so there we go. I think those are in. Guys, if you are on catch up or you join us late, you can of course put your scores in at any time, up until the 3 p.m. Saturday kickoffs, or any time through this chat. Do not fear putting a comment in and us being somewhere else in the fixture list. We want everybody's scores, no matter where you are in the watch back. So, yeah, 2-1 from S. I've said 2-1 Luton. Up next is Wickham in 23rd, Swansea in 8th. It's just a question of how big the scoreline is, isn't it?
No, I'm not convinced this week. And that's funny after a 5-0 loss and was it a 2-0 defeat? I fancy Wickham to respond this week, not with any kind of result. I expect them to lose, but I think they'll finally get off the mark and score. However, I think Swansea will be too strong, and I think Swansea will win 2-1.
Okay. Swansea 2-1 from Ben Moore as well. Swansea 4-0 from Daniel.
Whoa.
Rob Davies has gone 2-0 Swansea. Do you know what? My heart says Wickham and my head says Swansea.
Well, you know what to do then.
Who's going? No, it's not going to be a draw. Who's famous last words? Who's going to win it? Who is going to win it? Wickham 1-0.
Wickham 1-0. Today's, like I say, I fancy they'll get their goal. Whether they'll win's another question. But Wickham to get their season rolling with a 1-0 win over Swansea. Stranger things have definitely happened. A lot stranger.
And S has come in at 1-1.
Nice. Thinks Wickham are going to get their first point. Yep. Good. Much more conceivable.
I like it, S. You think along the same lines as me. So we've got Barnsley 20th, Coventry 13th.
Yeah, similar thinking actually to Wickham. Barnsley have been really, really poor, but I think that they will respond again this week. I've actually gone similar to Ben. I don't think Coventry will carry on the momentum quite, although I don't think they'll lose. And I think this will be a bit more of an even game, even though they did beat QPR in terms of the sort of level. Coventry will shade it, but I think it will finish 1-1.
1-1. Okay. Ben's got 2-2. Daniel's got 1-1. Rob's gone 3-1 Barnsley. I'm going to go 2-1 Coventry. I have seen nothing from Barnsley that makes me think they're going to come out and get any type of result against Coventry. Coventry are not brilliant, but they're not the worst team I've seen at championship level. Barnsley just might be that team.
This year, they haven't been up to scratch so far. They've started really poorly, haven't they? And I think as well, wasn't it the first game of the season against Luton? The goal that went in was like virtually the last kick of the game as well. And that's pretty demoralising sometimes, to get the ball rolling confidence-wise. So, yeah, I can see the logic behind that one.
And if I'm Mark Robbins, 2-2 here from S. If I'm Mark Robbins, this is a game I've circled on the fixture list before we've even kicked the ball. And I've told the lads, look, if you're going to stay up, this is where you do it. This is how you do it. These are the games you take maximum points from. You have to. You absolutely have to.
Agree.
Regardless if it's now, Christmas, or in May, you plot a way out, and this would have been on that. This is how we do it. So that's why I'm going for a Coventry win. Thank you, S. Birmingham in 6th, Rotherham in 15th. I've got Rob Davies 2-2 Birmingham, just to set the scene.
Oh, nice. A bit 2-2. Little Desmond there, a draw in that one. I think Birmingham are going to continue, and I think they'll be buoyed by the signing of Mikel Jan-Jose, as we were just saying. But I like some of the other players I've got in there this season. Like I say as well, I think they'll be all right. I think they'll win 2-0 at the weekend. I think they'll beat Rotherham 2-0.
Okie dokie. I've got Birmingham 2-0 from Daniel. I've got Birmingham 2-0 from S. I've got 3-1 from Ben Moore.
Nice.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I tell you what, I might go for a 1-0 Birmingham with old new centre half to pop up in the 90th minute with a thunderbolt of a header.
Well, he's known to pop up with a few a season, not quite John Terry levels, but 3 or 4 here and there. So he does chip in.
Do I get more points if he does? And then
I'll give you if Mikel Jan-Jose scores and Birmingham win, you can have an extra point.
Boom! Let's do it. Cardiff 14th, Reading in 1st. Writing that out was really weird. I'm not going to lie. Reading in 1st. That's just not the way I saw it.
This is the sort of, not to be horrible, but for no particular reason. This is one of the few championship games. If I saw it on TV, I wouldn't watch it. It just doesn't. It doesn't read good. Cardiff, Reading. I don't know why. Yeah, Kiefer Moore. Yeah, we don't watch Kiefer Moore throw himself about for 90 minutes. So I think that Cardiff will. I think they had a really, really good response. Not to underplay anything, they had a really good response at Nottingham Forest, and Reading have started brilliantly. But I think there'll be nothing between them. I've gone for 1-1.
1-1. Really?
Yeah, really, really. I don't think Kiefer Moore will get 2 this week, right?
Okay. I've got Ben Moore, Cardiff to lose 2-1. Daniel's got Cardiff 3-0. I'm going to go for, can Reading carry it on? That's the key. I mean, it's a surprise that they're there, but then Cardiff aren't anything special. 2-0 Reading from S. I like the sound of that S. Yeah, I'm gonna go with S here.
Oh, 2-0 Reading.
2-0 Reading. I like the sound of that.
Well, they've started well. Cardiff, we've seen a bit of 50-50 from them this season, the defeat to Sheffield Wednesday on the first day of the season, and then a good win at Forest. Really a bit of yin and yang at the moment. So, yeah, it could be one of those games where Reading get something.
Absolutely. I love it. Right. Derby, 19th. Blackburn in 10th. I've already got Ben Moore here. Blackburn 2-1.
Oh, yeah. No, good. This I found was the hardest one to go with, I sat and looked at this one in a little while because I look at that and I look how Derby have started and they conceded, was it 3 last week or a couple last week? Either way, I think Blackburn will. I can't see Blackburn not scoring 2 goals in this game for some reason. But at the same time, when I say that, I don't know if Derby can afford to lose this game. So with everything going on, I hope Jordan Ives involved and can hit the ground running for Derby's sake. But I just don't think Derby can afford to lose this game. So I've gone Derby 2 and Blackburn 2. Sorry, I've just clicked off the screen. Who are we playing again? Yeah, Derby 2, Blackburn 2 for me. Nothing to separate.
Rob Davies 2-0 Derby. Daniel 1-0 Derby. S 1-0 Blackburn. Yeah, I agree with you that Derby need it. I just don't think Derby are going to get it, Have we mentioned that Blackburn have signed Daniel Ayala on a 3-year deal on a free transfer?
No, was it the start of the week?
Yeah, 29-year-old from Liverpool and Norwich City defender. Good player.
Well, Borough as well. It was from Borough.
Yeah.
Well, you're talking about championship experience. And sure. He's played in playoff finals, hasn't he, and stuff as well. Ex-Liverpool staff, bit pedagogue. I think that's a really good move for him. In terms of at that level, sort of centre back you need, and he must only be approaching 30 now. Yeah,
I'm going to go with ex-Super Blues side Tony Mowbray. I'm going to go with a 3-0 Blackburn win.
Wow. No, it's strange. Yeah, well, if Derby don't turn up, it could easily be that with how Blackburn are going forward.
If Derby don't turn up. It's not that, they're not that bad of a team, Blackburn. Right, anyway. Right, Millwall in 7th, Brentford in 11th. A London derby.
Yes, London derby to get your teeth into. Shame, well, actually, maybe it's for the good of everyone, actually, that it isn't going ahead just purely because it involves Millwall. But no.
Agreed.
Yeah, agree. Yeah, definitely. Maybe actually could have done without that, particularly with the pandemic as well going on at the moment. But yeah, no. Millwall got their win last week, which is good. Yeah, got their season off and running. However, I watched the extended highlights of Brentford's game, and I watched that Barcelona a bit closely, and I saw his goal and how they were playing, and I think Millwall will get a goal, but I think Brentford will win 2-1.
Okay, 2-1.
Mm-hmm. Trust in the Bartman from Ben Moore.
Well, this is it. We've got 3-2 Brentford from Rob Davies. He's not trusting in the Bartman, are you, Rob? 2-0 Millwall, Bart clean sheet. Love you, Daniel. Love you. Ben Moore, 3-0 Millwall, trust in the Bartman. Love you too. Look at this. Wow. Look at this, boys. I love it. I'm so excited for a bit of Bartman love. S, 2-1 Brentford.
Yes, S. I agree.
Brentford have started really badly, Joe. They
started really badly?
Well, okay, badly. Not really. I won't put really in front of the badly. But
I mean, they won 3-0 in their last game.
Yeah, but three. No, you're right. I had them on 0. I don't know why. You're right. They've got 3 out of 6. That's not too bad, is it? It's indifferent. Oh, do you know what? I can't go against Bart, can I? 1-0 Millwall. Bart to make a 93rd minute penalty save. And Daniel's right. That's what I was going on. Compared to last season, they have. I expected Brentford to fly out of the traps, and it just hasn't happened. And Daniel's absolutely right. He nails it here. But there we go. So Preston North then 16th, Stoke City 18th. And I'll tell you what, Alex Neil, he wasn't very happy, was he, with old Derby? Supposed to be taking it easy this year, I think he said. And they've signed Jordan, I'm sure I read that in the Lancashire, was it Lancashire Times or something like that? But yeah, Preston 16th, Stoke 18th.
Yeah, again, this one I found quite tough. And where did I go for Preston? Where is it gone? Preston?
0-0.
Where have I popped them?
I don't know.
Oh, there we are. Preston Stoke. Sorry. Yes, there we go. This one I want because I need to start talking up Stoke really, and I was trying to make a case for them winning the game, but I couldn't see it. I think that will be 2-2. I've gone for a draw. Draw.
2-2. Ben Moore 2-1 Preston. Rob Davies 1-1 Preston North End's game. Preston 2-0 Stoke. Stoke ain't going to score. I agree with you there, Ben. Again, Daniel. Sorry, Daniel's nailing it tonight. Great opinions.
Well, I don't think they can quite. If they can go 3 games in a row without scoring, then I will have to delete that first podcast from living memory because I was getting well excited about Stoke, Tyrese Campbell and Ince looking against But this is exactly what it's all about. The team will fall flat on their face, and they haven't showed good signs. But who knows? They could respond this weekend.
We haven't got to Sunday yet, Joseph. Don't worry about pumping that love, my friend. We're going to go to Sunday just yet. Just wait. So, S 1-1. I'm going to say 0-0 because I'm like Daniel. I can't see Stoke scoring in a month for Saturdays, and I can't see Preston doing the same. 0-0 from me. Queen's Park Raisins in 12th and Middlesbrough in 17th. Who have we got?
1-0 Borough. I think they'll build on last week's good draw against. Who's it they were playing? Was it Bournemouth, wasn't it? They weren't Watford, was it? Who do they have last week? They drew 1-0.
I can't remember, but I tell you,
it was Bournemouth. Sorry, it was Bournemouth.
Okay.
Yeah, they drew 1-0 with Bournemouth last week, Borough, and given the whole coronavirus thing surrounding Warnock, who still I don't think will be back for this game, they looked really good and they looked the better team against Bournemouth. So I think they'll go to QPR, who didn't do that well last week, and I think that it will be a 1-0 win to Borough.
Okay. We've got 2-2 QPR. We've got 1-1 from S. We've got 1-1 from Daniel. We've got 2-1. Oops, a daisy. 2-1 from Mr. Drizzle. 2-1 QPR. I was really impressed with QPR opening day of the season. Like really impressed. Borough have yet to impress me. Just full stop. Sorry, S got 2-1 QPR. I'm going to say. 2-0 Raisins.
Ooh, you think that they're going to do it this week? Is that Mr. Dykes up front?
Yes, he was really good opening week. Not so lively last week. So can he have another lively week this week? I think he can. Sunday, right. Now you can get lovey. Bristol City in second. Sheffield Wednesday dead last, -8. Come on in, Joe. Wax the lyrical. Come on.
Well, we're into week 3. The good ship Sheffield Wednesday is sailing on lovely fresh waters at the moment. Everything's placid. No, much harder game. And worth pointing out, these games have been moved to Sunday because of the Carabao Cup fixtures early on this week, where most of the Championship teams obviously didn't do favourably. But this isn't the Carabao Cup podcast. This is the Championship podcast. And anyway, this is why these games are on Sunday. But yeah, Bristol City for me have looked really good at the start of the season. As I said on the first podcast, really like their business that they've done. And I'm really liking how they're setting up. I think they're doing a sort of 3-5-2 at the moment. It's quite an old school formation from what I've gathered from sort of how they've lined up and set up. But having said that, I think the results for Sheffield Wednesday, the 0-0 against Watford, and to go and win at Cardiff 2-0, they're on -8 points. I think they'll get another point off of Bristol City this weekend. I think it will be 1-1.
1-1. Okay, we've got Daniel, Bristol City 2-0. S has gone for a 3-1 Bristol City win, as has Rob Davies. And Ben Moore has gone Bristol City 3, Sheffield Wednesday, 0. And Bournemouth, right, we'll get to Bournemouth in a second, Ben, but 3-0. Wednesday can't win this week, can they, Joe?
I don't think they can win it, but I think they can get a point.
No. But
you didn't think they'd get a point against Watford?
No. Well, Watford let me down. There's a common theme in my life, and one of the common things is Watford let me down.
Fair enough.
It's not for the first time. It certainly won't be for the last.
Bristol City don't.
Bristol City always. I mean, yeah, no, they don't. Bristol City. I tell you what, I'll be kind. 2-1.
2-1 to Bristol City. That's very, very charitable of you. I really hope Wednesday did get a result there now.
Because I'm not going to be charitable in the next 30 seconds. So.
But you don't need to be. This is it. I'm not expecting an Ipswich Town fan to be generous towards Norwich City on this podcast. I will be here to add balance to things. I mean, I won't
go as far as Ben as to call him, that certain four-letter word. I'll have some integrity as a host.
It doesn't mean anything. You can read it out. It doesn't mean I could read it out.
I'm going to read it out with absolute glee, but I'm not going to say it as a host with integrity. Bournemouth 4, scum 0 from Ben.
You said it with a man with no integrity whatsoever.
Rob's gone 2-1 Bournemouth. Daniel's gone 5-0 Bournemouth. I don't care about the score, but I'd only wish. Darren, if we're wishing, it'd be a rugby score, mate. It wouldn't be 5. Joe, give us your your integrity answer first before I give you my bad answer.
Really, really importantly, one thing, it's been a tough week for Norwich City off the field. Suffolk, everyone is weeping in Suffolk now. It has been a tough week, actually. Probably, arguably, pound for pound, their best signing this year, Kieran Dow, will miss the rest of the year after doing ankle ligaments. 22-year-old midfielder fell over in the Preston draw, 12 to 14 weeks. Now, another thing, really interesting as well. He looked last 2 loans he's had in the Championship looked really good. Hotly tipped at Everton to have a good career, and he started the last 2. However, back and ready for fitness this weekend looks like Emi Buendia, so it will look like it will be a straight swap in there, and you're probably actually getting a slightly better player in that position. So, and then of course Norwich, if they hold on to him between now and October, fair enough. But the problem, there's a side story with it. Mate, well, if you want, Daniel, we'll go into Claydon's result last Sunday.
Shots fired. Shots have been fired.
Listen, I've been really accommodating. I was trying to boost it on the Thursday. I was being all lovey-dovey and nice. And then I'm only teasing, boys. But no, interestingly, Sinani is a signing they made this year, and they loaned him out for the year. And I have a funny feeling if Kieran Dow hadn't been injured that long, that Sinani might not have gone on a season-long loan. So a bit of turbulence at Norwich City, although I've got a feeling they're going to do what they normally do, which you Town fans probably despise. And I think they're going to snatch a late winner in this. I'm going Norwich 2-1.
Okay. Ben's getting the violins out. Daniel's gone a bit... I'm not sure what that emoji quite means.
Big up Daniel.
Daniel. Oh, we love Daniel on the show. S has gone 2-1 Norwich.
Yes, me and S are on the wavelength. S knows.
Joe, this has got a tip. Is it on Sky?
It probably will be one of the afternoon ones. It actually depends, won't it? At what time they kick, because of the Premier League, if there's any on that day. So I'm not too sure.
It's a 4 o'clock kickoff.
It probably won't be then, because it'll be Super Sunday, won't it?
Oh, well, would it be? Because the Premier League that day is midday, 2 o'clock, 4:30, and 7 o'clock.
Oh, it is. Yeah, I think it's been moved to TV.
Okay, in that case, it's a boring 0-0.
No, really.
It's just, yeah, 2 teams just down from the Premier League. Expect a lot, but in actual reality, they're just filling each other out at the moment, and they're still trying to find their way, especially Bournemouth. Yeah, and I think Bournemouth, a 0-0 for Bournemouth is a great result. I think they take that currently.
I
get their campaign up and running. If it goes one way, I can see it going the way I don't want it to, so I'm going to go with 0-0.
Yeah, no, that's fair enough. I think that's kind of safe, really. You could conceivably see that being a draw, and I think also as well, it would. I love that. I just saw the Delia remark. But yeah, no, I can see that being a 0-0 on both teams cancelling each other out. But I've just got a sneaky suspicion Norwich might be 1-0 down and come back and win 2-1. They're quite good at doing that. And I just kind of see it happening. With Delia on TV, was she on Bake Off? Is she or something? She's making an appearance again. But yeah, no, well, you can't be having people in the ground and stuff like that. I imagine Delia and Michael are probably nearer to a category where they shouldn't be out and about always. So yeah, maybe it's best you might not be seeing on
you
TV.
Say that, but I'll give them credit. They were at a training game, weren't they?
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. They're sat there on the little deck check. They are class, in fairness. How they turn up and support. I mean, I went to watch the Under-18s Youth Cup last year, where Josh Martin played and broke through and looked quite good. And they were playing Newcastle. There was literally about 150 people there, and Delia and Michael walked in on a cold Wednesday night in November to watch an FA Cup youth tie game. They buy into it. And again, that's one thing you can always respect. Cue the jokes from Martin.
No jokes from me. No jokes from me. I've always been told to treat my elders with respect.
Yeah, big up Delia and Michael, man.
Absolutely. Stop kissing up to him, Joe. Well, that's what he's here to do. Daniel loves you, really.
I love Daniel.
Nick Muller has come in with a Norwich lose 3-1. Nick, so good to see you. Go back over the video last 5, 10, 15 minutes. Get your scores in the comment section, my man. Get yourself down for this week. You had a great week last week. You were 4th out of, I think, 9, 10 people. So don't miss out this week, Nick. Honestly, you were great last week. So do that. And it's always good to see you. But yeah, that's it then. So we're done for this week.
Quick reminder, another reminder, we'll get onto Cruncher and get his predictions because obviously he was doing well in the league. And a quick reminder, if you are joining in tonight or didn't hear at the beginning, excuse me as I try and scoff a little bit of pizza very cheekily on mute. This now with the Predictor League going forward, if you are joining a bit later, it don't matter. The winner each week gets a tally next to them and stuff, and we'll still be adding up the points, but you can win each week to get closer to it rather than having to chase someone with a 10, 20-point lead or whatever. So, yeah, all good and accommodating. God knows who's going to sign between now and then. Hopefully it all calm down as the football starts. We don't have to talk about loads of transfers. I like talking about them, but on Sunday we want to talk about the action. There's been a load of transfers when we go in, then it's not always as ideal. But no, buzzing for it. I hope all my predictions come true and yours don't, of course, Martin, but that's nothing personal, bro. And come back on Sunday morning.
Well, that's it. Yeah, Sunday morning, 10:30. Mine will come in, Joe, not yours. Let's not pretend. You're the one that does the results, so I never double check. You could be, swindling me out of a couple of points here and there. I just don't know. I do not check.
What are you trying to say? This rogue Colchester fan from Essex fiddling with the points. Is that what you think? Is that what you think of me, Martin? Is that it? Is this how low I've become?
All right, lethal lever. Calm down. God, don't get lethal with me, son. Before we go, I just wanted to say a quick few words on COVID-19 as it battles against Zlatan Ibrahimovic this evening.
Good luck to COVID. My thoughts are with COVID at this difficult time.
Obviously, I just wanted to read out his tweet because it was absolutely superb. I don't know if you've seen it. It said, I tested negative to COVID yesterday and positive today. No symptoms whatsoever. COVID had the courage to challenge me. Bad idea. Have you ever read anything so Zlatan in all of your life?
Yeah, it comes a point. I mean, he's just got a free pass to say what he wants. One of the comments immediately afterwards was this: "You're a 38-year-old man, and pull yourself together," basically. But his ego is in another stratosphere, and I guess when you have the career that he's had, you can say those kind of things, can't you? He's a man mountain, and again, very good. Another season at AC Milan this year. Rolling back the clock. Good for him.
Rolling back the years. And then we've got Gary Lineker saying, news that Zlatan has tested positive with coronavirus. Thoughts are with the virus at this difficult time.
Here we go. Boom.
We're done. We're dusted. Those are midweek's editions in the books. We'll see you all Sunday when I'm crowned week champion. Oh, lighten up, Joseph. Lethal lever.